Welcome class, my name is Lucas. I'll be your Phi-Ed teacher today. For what we'll be learning today will be about manipulative movements. Last class we learned about locomotor movements, which were a lot of different movements that we did in everyday life, like walking, running, skipping, etc. And with manipulative skills, these are movements that we do with objects. So say that we play with a basketball or hit a baseball, we're doing that movement with an object. So that'll be our main activity today. Some of those movements that we'll be doing will be dribbling, which we'll be calling bouncing, and tossing. So dribbling and tossing today. Before we get into that, we'll be doing a warm-up. The warm-up will consist of running in place, jumping jacks, and then some arm stretches to get ourselves loose and grooving. So first we'll be doing some running in places. On my mark, we can do that as a class, so we can begin now. If this doesn't feel too comfortable, you can just march in place. Just the purpose of this warm-up is just to get the blood moving and stretching out those muscles. Awesome job class. So next we'll be doing some jumping jacks. So just a reminder of what jumping jacks are. You're gonna have your feet wide and your arms up high like this. Bring them back together. So I'll be doing this for 30 seconds on my go now. Please don't feel too comfortable. You can just go from side to side with your arms up. The purpose of this warm-up activity is just to get the blood moving and stretching out those muscles. Awesome job, class. Next, we're going to be working with our arms now. We'll be doing some arm circles, so if everyone can just extend your arms out vertically or horizontally. We'll be doing some arm circles, so we're going to start out slow and small. We're getting them bigger and bigger and bigger. And now we'll be doing backward circles, so again, arms out to the side. Bring them slow and getting them bigger and bigger and bigger. Awesome job. Next, we'll be doing some arm swings. So we're going to be out wide. Are you trying to give someone a hug and then arms around your back? So just do it like this. Awesome job, class. Awesome job. Next, we're going to bring our opposite arm out, and then our other arm bring it in, stretching those upper arm muscles. And switch arms, arm out, bring it forward, the other arm. Next, last warm-up stretch would be bringing our arm back behind our head, and with the other arm stretching it back as well. Again, stretching out those arm muscles so we can get them ready for the activity later. And switch arms. Alright, awesome job, class. So, we will be working with a lacrosse ball today. You can do this activity with any ball that you feel comfortable with, whether that's a baseball, a basketball, anything that you can easily just bounce on the ground. But with this lesson we'll be doing with a lacrosse ball. So for our first activity, we're going to be simply bouncing it on the ground right in front of us and catching it with our hands. So You can start with your dominant hand. I'm going to start with my left hand because I'm left hand dominant. If you're right hand dominant, if you're more comfortable with your right hand, you can start with your right hand. So you're going to be bouncing it right in front of you, simply out in front, and catch it with your hand that you dropped it with right in front of you. You're doing this with your right and your left hand. And remember, if you want a visual aid, you can try to bounce it right in front of your foot. If you want to have a designated area of where you want to bounce it at. So we're going to be doing this 10 times on each. Remember, you can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, we can begin now. 10 on each side. Switch. Awesome job, class. So next, we'll be doing a cross bounce. So we're going to be bouncing the ball from one hand to the other from the ground. So this, again, I'm going to start with my left hand. You want to imagine a pinpoint right in front of you, right down the middle in front of you as the point you want to bounce at. If you bounce it at right in the center of where you're standing, it should end up right in the other hand. So bounce it right in front of you, should just easily go from one hand to the other. So we're going to be doing this 10 times in total. Remember, you can go as fast or slow as you want from these, and you can do them now. Awesome job, class, awesome job. Next, we'll be doing our second manipulative skill, which would be tossing. So the first one was bouncing, next will be tossing. So the toss, we're going to be having our ball out in front of us, and we're going to be trying to make an arch right in front of us. So we're going to have the ball soar high and wide right over us. So we're trying to make an arch right over our head. So it's going up and down right over our head, just like that. So we're going to be doing this 10 times. We can begin now. Remember, you can go as fast or as slow as you want. Just whatever you feel comfortable with. Awesome job, class, awesome job. So now we're going to be combining our two manipulative skills, bouncing and tossing together. So for our first combination skill, we're going to be doing 2 bounces right in front of us. So bounce, bounce. After we do our 2 bounces, we're going to be tossing it to our right hand. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bounce, bounce right in front of us, and toss. Bounce, bounce, toss, bounce, bounce, toss. Just like that. So we're going to be doing this 5 on each side, beginning now. Remember, as fast or as slow as you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. Remember, with that arch, try to keep that high and wide. Let's go a nice distance forward and upward. Awesome. So for our last activity, we are going to be doing a cross and toss. So review from our cross activity. Remember, we want to have that imaginary dot right in front of us so we can get it to the other hand nice and smoothly. So we're going to be incorporating the cross with the toss. So we're going to be doing a regular toss, or cross right in front of us. After we do that cross, the other hand, we'll be tossing it up and then crossing again. So you're going to be toss, cross, toss, cross, toss, cross. It's going to be kind of a circular motion. And after that, we're going to be switching hands. So if I do my left to right, we're going to be going switch, go right to left, and going clockwise. Ooh. It's okay if you drop the ball, you can just reset. cross, cross, just like that. So we're going to be doing that 5 on each side. After the 5th, we're going to switch in directions. So you can begin now. Cross, cross. Remember, you can go as fast or as slow as you want, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. And you can switch. Cross, toss, cross, toss. Awesome. Good job, class. So that was our main activity. We're going to be doing some arm stretches just to get our legs, or our arms cooled down. So we're going to bring one arm out and in. And switch arms. And we're going to bring the arm behind the back. So the reason why we want to stretch our arms after our main activity is so they don't become too sore and fatigued later on. We want to get them nice and stretched out so they can be ready for use at a later point. So for a little review of what we did today, I worked on manipulative movements, which are movements with objects. In our case, we use a lot the crossball, but we can move with either baseball, basketball, anything that you feel comfortable with or that you want to do. And yes, so that was our lesson today with tossing and bouncing. And yeah, hope you all have a good rest of your day.